90% of the organisms now arriving in San Francisco Bay seem to be arriving in ballast water.
Okay, so what is ballast water? Ocean-going ships have a bunch of huge water tanks in their hulls that they use to stabilize their loads and adjust their depths. Without ballast, they'd keel over or break in half. Ships suck up water in one place and dump it out in another, millions of gallons of it. In that water are hosts of tiny hitchhikers, clams, worms, crabs, the things Andy'd been showing me. And when these stowaways get here, they make themselves right at home. More than 3,000 ships from every corner of the globe pass through the Golden Gate each year. That's a lot of ships and a lot of ballast water to keep in check. Past efforts to regulate ballast discharge have been ineffective. In 2006, Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger signed into law a bill by State Senator Joe Simitian of Palo Alto that gives California the toughest ballast water rules in the nation. Starting in 2009, ships would be required to phase in the systems that would remove or kill organisms that live in their ballast water, and no discharge of organisms larger than 50 microns, about the size of a grain of sand, will be allowed. By 2020, the final standard goes into effect, which allows no detectable discharge of living organisms. Just like Cohen are quick to point out that enforcing the law may prove to be much more difficult than passing it.
This is one of the biggest environmental issues facing us. There are things that can be done to substantially improve the situation. We've made huge progress with chemical pollution over the last years. We're just at the beginning of this, and there's enormous things we can do to make huge improvements, and yet it isn't going to happen unless that voice is there advocating for what needs to be done.